for pre-need, funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. As we get into obituaries this morning, I had the privilege of helping with a service yesterday for Mr. Elvin Sonny Landers. And I didn't know this, but Sonny Landers, I knew he was a military veteran, but I did not know that he fought at the Battle of the Bulge, and he was wounded at the Battle of the Bulge. And yesterday at the service at Curtis and Son, 3 Purple Heart presenters from Birmingham came and presented his wife, Miss Lena Landers, Miss Lena Tubbs Landers, a beautiful Bible. It's a very moving part of the service, and so we salute the service of Mr. Elvin Sonny Landers, wounded in the Battle of the Bulge. And I was telling the minister there yesterday that, you know, the only thing that I remember about the Battle of the Bulge was seeing it in movies on TV. And, you know, it didn't do justice what transpired. So if you're a history person, you know about the Battle of the Bulge. I didn't know that much about it, but I'm going to dig in and find out more history on it. But Mr. Elvin Sonny Landers, he was wounded at the Battle of the Bulge. I think he received 3 Purple Hearts. I think that's how it was. But he was laid to rest yesterday. In other obituary news this morning, funeral service for Ms. Elvina Croson is today at 2 o'clock in Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, with burial in the Harpersville Cemetery. Visitation at the chapel today from noon until 2. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Funeral service for Annetta Ferguson will be Saturday at 11 a.m. Graveside service at Macedonia Cemetery, Curtis and Son Funeral Home, with the arrangements. Funeral service for Brenda Faye Landers, age 72, of Sylacauga, will be Thursday at 2 o'clock from the chapel of Randy Smith Funeral Home. Brother Chuck Terrell and Brother Jim Hopkins officiating. Burial in the Green Hill Cemetery. Mrs. Landers died Tuesday, April 17th at her residence. Visitation is tonight, 5 till 8 o'clock at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at randysmith.com. Randy Smith Funeral Home directing. Tom Creighton, age 74, died April 17th at Brookwood Medical Center in Birmingham. Funeral arrangements to be announced later by Sunset Memorial Chapel in Childersburg. Regina A. Griffin, age 55, died April 15th in Sylacauga Community Funeral Home. Will announce the arrangements. Louis A. Kidd, age 63, died April 12th at his residence. Funeral arrangements to be announced by Sunset Memorial Chapel, Childersburg. Murtis L. Moss, age 54, died April 16th. Terry's Metropolitan Mortuary, Talladega, announcing. William D. Nettles, Willie D. Nettles Jr., age 49, died April 15th in Birmingham Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, announcing. Funeral service for Master Kalena Mariel Epps will be Thursday at 2 o'clock from Goodwater High School Gymnasium. Minister Sharon Epps officiating. Interment in the Macedonia Memorial Gardens of Goodwater. Public viewing will be Thursday, 1 p.m. at Zion Memorial Funeral Home in Sylacauga. Zion Memorial Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Roy Tommy Hammond died April 13th at VA Medical Center in Birmingham. Funeral service will be held April 28th, 3 o'clock at 5574 Shady Grove Road in Goodwater, Alabama. Walter Dunham of San Diego, California, died November the 4th, 2017 at the age of 83. He was born in Goodwater, Alabama. A brief service will be led by Charles Dunham. That'll begin on Saturday, April 21st at 1 p.m. at the Smyrna Church on Smyrna Road in the Goodwater area. It'll be followed by a meal in the Fellowship Hall. funeral service for Martha Lou McPherson Suggs, age 77, is Friday at 1 p.m. from the chapel of Radley Funeral Home. The Reverends Vince Lee, Jerry Wheelies, and Bruce Dunman officiating burial in the Clay County Memory Gardens. The family receiving friends Thursday, 5 until 8 o'clock at the funeral home. Mrs. Suggs died Saturday, April 14th at her residence in Gulf Shores, Alabama. In lieu of flowers, memorials could be made to her church, which is Vertical Point Church and Gulfway Assembly Church. Or you may make a donation to your favorite charity. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home in Alexander City in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries presented by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361 for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.